Yeah.
Hey everyone, I'm here with my wife. They have a beautiful S85 and they're in the Washington, D.C. area at the Supercharger Facility at something called the Harbor, which is a beautiful facility here in the Bay, the San the DC area. Mike and his wife are on a long trip between an area north of Houston, and you just came from New York, right?
Yes.
So I was actually starting to work on a show, and what my show is about is the facility that's a charging facility that's the best one for Washington, D.C. will close on October 29th. And so this show was kind of a rest in peace, terrific charger facility. And this couple is a terrific resource of information about Tesla. So the most important piece of information that I'm impressed, shocked by, is the car is a 2014, and they bought it from their daughter because she wanted to move up to the X because she had two kids that she needed more space with. The reason it's closing, they're building a hotel on this spot, so hence they got to get rid of the supercharger facility, and they will be putting supposedly a new one in, but it won't be here for another year or so. And so there's a new one in College Park, Maryland that's going to be servicing closest to DC. Mike, what's your experience been as you're moving across country in the car? And where did you charge up before you came to this facility?
We charged at a service center that was on the road in Maryland.
Okay.
So
up above Baltimore towards Delaware.
Yeah,
okay.
The Baltimore area. And we were impressed with how many charger locations there were.
How many did you see at that facility?
There were 10.
Okay. Because we've got, I think, 20 here. So
right. Well, that's some of the facilities that we have in Texas, we have 6. Or
oh,
8.
okay. Okay. So you're seeing more here.
Right. But we were also impressed with how close they were together on the road, because so within about 30 miles of each other, and you had 2 different locations with Tesla chargers, which is unusual. Normally they're more spread out. So
Mike, I'm going to put you here, but can you talk about the battery experience you've had? One of the big discussions about how to choose an electric car is something called battery degradation. And we just had a conversation about how many miles the battery had when you took it from your daughter, and then you talked about the warranty issues, how long it lasts.
Right.
I'm just wondering, could you review that with us?
Sure. So the battery, as I understand, has an 8-year warranty, and that's transferable when you buy the car from someone else. And so about 6 months ago, we noticed our battery stopped charging up to 260. It was only charging to about 220. So we took it into the Tesla Service Center, and they checked it out, and they said, you're right, the battery needs to be rebuilt.
Wow.
So they gave us a loaner battery, no charge. They sent our battery off to California to rebuild it. And in about 3 months, they sent it back, they put it back in our car, and now it's like having a new battery.
Wow. So you pointed out your battery degradation from your daughter was from 260. After 35,000 miles, you saw about 10 miles in battery degradation, but when you got it back rebuilt, you're seeing it back to 260?
No, we bought the car in 2014, and in October of 2014, at 33,000 miles.
Oh, wow. Okay,
so
I didn't realize that.
And about 6 months ago, we probably had about 60,000 miles.
Okay.
That's when we started to notice the degradation.
Okay.
We have about 70,000 now.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so now, after the rebuild, you're back to about 260.
Yeah.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
And before the rebuild, what was your experience there in terms of number of miles on? I want to say, what was your number of miles you could go before charging before you had it rebuilt? So you're having issues with charging, you were saying?
No. Well, the only issue, I mean, it was very sudden, where it stopped charging up to 260.
Okay.
So it wasn't something that was gradual.
Okay.
It maybe a cell stopped working or something, but it was something that happened. It was very noticeable.
Okay, and so they did it under warranty. Terrific. And you were saying the warranty goes to 125,000 or 8 years?
It's 8 years. I know that's correct. Okay. I believe it's 125,000.
Wow.
Yeah.
What's the degradation that's budgeted into that? Do you know? Is it like 10 miles less or 15 miles less over that warranty period?
No, I'm not
no
really.
idea. I have to check. I'll
Yeah,
check on that.
right.
But that's really impressive, because there are Nissan Leaf owners after 3 years that are
Right.
seeing 50% battery life.
Right.
Now Texas goes below freezing in the winter months. What percentage? When we go below zero down there, what percentage loss in battery range do you see?
Not much. Of course, we have a garage, and so
Okay.
we park our car inside our garage
Great.
at night.
Mm-hmm.
When we were traveling up in New Mexico and Colorado last year in September, it was very cold, and there was one point where I had to run out and take the car to a charger when it was below 30 because the car was saying, I need to stay warm and I need more battery juice to stay warm. So it's not really a problem in South Texas where we live, because it doesn't get below freezing that often.
Okay.
So it's not a problem.
Terrific. And just a note to our Tesla company, you were saying in West Texas it'd be now, or South Houston, it'd be nice to see one more charging facility.
Yeah, I really think we have a couple of charging stations in South Houston. There's one on the east side of Houston, but we really should have one in south of Houston, the Clear Lake area, which is about halfway between Houston and Galveston. There are a lot of Tesla owners in that area, I understand.
Wow.
But there's not a Tesla charging station.
Now, obviously you're a great dad for switching cars with your daughter. Is there anything that you miss? What do you miss most about the ICE car or internal combustion engine car you were driving previously, now that you're driving a Tesla?
What do I miss?
Yeah.
Nothing. Absolutely
Okay.
nothing. We're not going back.
Really?
Yeah, no. This has been the best car experience that we've ever had.
Wow.
And we've had some great cars. We had our last car before this one was a Honda Accord that had 365,000 miles on it.
Wow.
When we turned it in. And it was a great car, but this is so much better.
Wow.
I mean, the navigation, all the electronics of the car is just smooth. It's just wonderful.
Charging at the house.
Yeah, charging in the house.
Charging at the house versus going to the gas station.
Yeah.
Like there's a cost of electricity, there's a cost of fuel.
Right.
What's the difference cost-wise? Texas, I don't know if it's high cost electricity or low cost. What are you finding?
Well, when we used to, we are retired now, but when we were working, we were driving about 90 miles round trip per day. And so we were spending sometimes about $300 per month in gasoline.
Okay.
When we switched to the Tesla, we're spending about $30–40 a month in electricity.
Wow.
Yeah.
You're just doing the overnight charging versus during the day when it's more expensive.
Yeah.
Wow, that's impressive.
Yeah.
So you could end up, at that rate, you could end up paying for the car, give it X number of years. We can sort of figure out the numbers there.
I mean, obviously there's a big upfront cost with getting the Tesla, but the savings on gasoline and then on other maintenance like oil change and transmission, all of that. And it's just the convenience of not having to deal with all those things too. It's a big deal.
Wow. Well, you guys are headed to breakfast right now? Is that?
Well, we're actually, we just had breakfast. We're going to walk around the harbor and charge the car a little bit.
Terrific. Well, make sure you pay for the parking here, because they will hit you hard if you don't pay for the parking while you're here. Thank you, Mike. Thank you for the comments. Awesome. We're Tesla Fan Insight. Enjoy your trip, and it's nice to see some folks enjoying their cars.
Yeah.
And we're looking forward to moving off ICE engines. So this is awesome to see you guys doing this. Thank you again for your comments.
Thank you.
All right. Have a great day.
Okay.
Hey guys. This was an unplanned show kind of deal. I just wanted to take a look at their car, and it's looking great despite having roamed all the way through to and from New York from Texas. I wanted to just briefly shoot video of this facility because it's closing on the 29th. They're actually building a hotel on this spot. So my goal was to simply give you guys a look at the facility one last time before it's in the closed zone. I actually ran into one of the folks from the local power company. And yes, I did see the question about when you're on the road, can you use the superchargers? And that's exactly how they were set up initially. So that's absolutely the case. Very nice 20-bay facility here in Prince George's, Maryland. But unfortunately, it's a goner in the next 2 weeks. But we can actually say we saw it because, you know, it will no longer be here. So thank you all for taking time out. This is Greg for Tesla Fan Insight. Please remember to like, subscribe. We could use some support on Patreon. I hope the information provided by the Model S owner was useful to you guys. I apologize, it was a little shaky, but it was kind of an impromptu interview that gives us a chance to gather more information about ownership and ownership process. Please remember to like and hit us with questions because all that influences how our show is ranked. Again, thanks for joining us. Have a great day. Bye for now. We'll look forward to our next show in a couple of days. Thanks and goodbye.